What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Game Developers Club. So, let's get it started. Today we're picking up from where we left off last Wednesday, where we were creating we were trying to update our character controller to get our guy. He's walking around, his movement looks alright, he's actually moving. Oh, that's still broken. We'll fix that when we get to it. But one thing we started work on was our jump, because right now it's a little messed up. So today we're going to toy around with a little bit. We're going to mess with the physics. We're actually going to change the physics of the Unity editor itself. So that will be kind of interesting. Let's hope I can remember how to do all of this. And yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. I have it on SourceForge right now, but it's not updated because I haven't updated this link from what we've done recently. But that's okay. I'll get you guys a link. I'll send you an email. I'm going to put out an email today once this video goes up, and I'll also make sure to mention that SourceForge link for you guys and anyone at home who's watching who wants to play around with it. Also, it'll be accessible to everybody. Just check your emails. And yeah. Okay. So we need to make him jump. So he's got to go up in the air, and then he's got to come back down. And he can't just take off like crazy, because right now he takes off like crazy. So that's okay. We're gonna fix that right now. So let's go into mono, and let's see what we're working with here. So if we're not falling, so if we're not currently in air falling, and we hit keycode.spacebar, it'll allow us to jump. When jump equals true. In fixed update, we have it up here. Jumping is true. So if jumping, that's going to set falling to true, so we can no longer jump. Then we're going to add force of our jump amount, which is a public variable set here that we can change at any point in time from the inspector, so we can change that in the game itself. And then we're going to do our jump timer. I kind of feel like we might not even need. I don't think we even need the jump timer, so I'm gonna comment that out for now. We might end up reincorporating it here in a little bit. But now we're just gonna do if jumping. We're gonna add that force, and then we're gonna turn jumping off, so we can't continuously add force. Oops. Can't times day. Okay. Okay, so now let's just see if that changes anything. I'm sorry, there's some other places it looks like I have jump timer at right here. All right, so now let's go back into Unity. Let's see if that changed anything. Okay, it did. So we're jumping, but every just a tiny little bit. So let's increase this jump amount in our public inspector right here for our walk around script. Let's increase that to 1,000, since it's at 250 now and he's barely going anywhere. Alright, now let's see how that runs. Okay, a little bit better. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these two so you can look at it side by side. I'm going to pull out the game view itself. I'm going to make it its own. I don't know if people can see that on the stream. Do you guys have the stream running right now? Okay. Yeah, let's see if, I'm not sure if that's actually showing the stream, because it's a new window. Okay, alright, never mind. I'll keep it then attached. But, alright. So, I wish I could make these smaller. There's almost like, there's weird constraints they place. Hey! But okay, so I mean, you can see that in our own view right now. We'll actually make it even bigger. Let's make it 2,000, just so we can really see him jumping. All right, yeah, so that's real obvious. Okay, perfect. Now one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hop back into Mono Develop, and now we're gonna toy with the physics. Because if you notice, sorry, actually, I'm gonna go back into Unity one more time. If you notice when we jump, he really floats. I mean, it's like he goes up in the air. You can set that to 2,000. He goes up in the air, but then he falls at a really slow rate. I mean, he's falling at normal gravity speed. His y value is increasing by -9.1 -0.81, which is gravity's amount. So but the thing is that he's really small, so his jump is relative to the size that he is, and that's what's going to make it look like he's falling faster or not. But since he's a small little character, we're going to need to. I'm going to toy around with the physics a little bit. So yeah, so let's look at it one more time, right? So he jumps, and see that real slow fall. It almost comes to a complete stop while he's in midair. So I'm going to hop back into our script here. And now we got this one really cool little line, which we can do if jumping, we can say, this is where I gotta remember, physics, okay, good, physics dot gravity equals new vector 3. And because currently I think it's 9.81, negative 9.81, and 0. That's what I think our current gravity is being set at. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to take this negative 9.81, how it currently is, we're going to make another public variable, just like our jump amount. Let's make it, call it gravity amount. And now we can set that. Now we can set that on our inspector. So now we can toy around with it a little bit here. Alright, so now we got that one little line in there. Let's go back into Unity. And now we have our gravity amount right here that we can adjust. So, oh, sorry, wait. Time out. Go back into model develop because we're going to need to actually make this happen. So if jumping, we're going to increase the gravity to its new gravity amount. And then we're going to say if, actually, I'm sorry, let's do this a little bit differently. Let's take gravity and we're going to move it to our falling pool. So if falling, then we can jump. If not falling, then we can jump. But if we are falling, then our gravity is going to be increased by whatever our gravity amount is. So we're going to make a new gravity amount, set that, and then when we land, we're going to reset gravity. So we're going to take this line, put it right here, and let's change this to its normal negative 9.81. Okay. Now that should be all good. Does that look good, guys? Does that look good as is? Okay, you can access the gravity also by going into Edit, Project Settings, Physics, and then you can see right here what its default gravity is. So this number is going to be changing a whole bunch, and that's what's going to give us a real feeling like we're really heavy when we jump, or like we actually have mass to ourselves. So let's change this gravity amount to, what do you think? Let's try negative 50. What's that? 20. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see if negative 20. Let's see if we can notice anything changing there. I mean, we might need to go all the way up to like 1,000. I don't know how it's going to affect us. Okay, I messed up a line here. Oh, yeah. Thank you for noticing that. And we need to put an F after any flow values in there. Anything that has a decimal in it, when you're dealing with vector 3s, you're going to need to put a comma after. For those who are watching, I'll just show you real quick. So our gravity, when we're dealing with this vector 3 right here, we need to make sure we put an F after any decimal value because it's a float value that's being, I think it's being casted. I'm not 100% sure though. Okay, now let's hop back into Unity. And now let's see, we got negative 20 gravity for when we jump. That'll set it to negative 20. When we land, it'll go back to normal. Our jump amount's 2,000. All right, let's see if this looks any better. It's a little bit. It is very like Borderlands physics. You're right. Kind of floating. It's like we're running around on the moon. Okay, well let's just increase this like, let's try negative 100 and see. That might be way too much though. Oh no, okay, so he's falling a little better. Now we're gonna have to increase his jump amount. Let's increase his jump amount to 5,000 so we can really get some height. That's better. That feels like it's actually falling pretty well. It's still kind of moon bouncy.
Now, while he's jumping, is the new gravity affecting all objects?
It is. All objects that are currently active in the scene will be getting affected by it, which is fine for this particular circumstance because there's nothing that's really being affected by it. But I do know what you mean. If we were to like put in a projectile and he was to jump up in the air and shoot that projectile, it's also going to fall at the same rate of gravity that he's going to be falling at. So, I don't know how we could work around that. I'm sure we'd be able to figure something out.
Well, I mean, same way that we did jump, rigid body, but we go back and on.
Yeah. Yeah, our jump is just, we have rigid body dot add, just adding force is all. Add a force going downwards when we jump, you think? Sure, let's try that out. Let's comment out our physics adjuster. And let's put this in there where it's at. Actually, I guess we don't need this in here. We don't need to be adding force if he's on the ground because he's just chilling. So let's just add force of maybe, let's see, if our jump amount is 2,000 by default. Well, if he's getting 2,000 force is being added to him for going upward, we need to counter that. But I kind of think, well, let's just try it. Let's just toy around with some stuff and let's kind of see what we get. I'm gonna put it at 200 for now. Or actually, I guess I'll just make it our gravity amount.
Which might actually be whatever the physics simulators gravity, negative 9.8 plus whatever new gravity variable is.
Well, we're not actually going to change gravity anymore.
Yeah.
Because this gravity amount is now only going to be relational to the force that's being added downward.
Yeah, it's providing a force of negative 20 in the x direction, but you also have this gravity and physics.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hear what you're saying. Let's see what this negative 20. No, that actually looks pretty good. It's still kind of slow. So let's. Yeah, I had it at 100 and I have this at 5,000. So let's see what happens here. I keep hitting save, but you can't save outside of it. Oh yeah, that feels good. Now we just need to actually get like a jumping animation and attach that onto the guy. But okay, cool. So that's a solid. That jump actually looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. You guys happy with it? Cool, and that's good. And now we're actually not toying with physics. But now you guys know if you guys ever do want to change physics, you can access it directly there through any scripts, which is nice. Or you can go up here in your edit, project settings, physics, and then you can change it here as well. There's a lot of different things you can do in your physics manager. I mean, I don't know what a lot of these are, but you can change them to do a lot of different things. You can change a default material to like a physical material. That's kind of cool. If you wanted to make a game where things bounce, you can make a really bouncy material. So you can shoot an object at something, and it'll hit that object and bounce right off and do interesting and unique things. So, all right, good. I'm glad that we got that jump worked out. Feels good. Oh, but we gotta set it now to where we want it. So we have that at 5,000, right? And negative 100. All right, let me look back at our script, make sure that it's not gonna mess up anything. Okay, now let's just test it one more time. Oh yeah, that feels crisp. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. All right. Well, now that we have that, that was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be, but that's cool. You guys want to? You guys have any questions or anything? Going to go over anything?
I just had a little question.
Yeah.
How did you get the guy to do the walking animations without you uploading the thing or whatever?
Okay, sure.
Was it in the script or was it?
Yeah. It's in the script. We access it directly. I'm not sure how you have it set up, but you are just going to call. You're going to make a public game object of the mesh, so you can take the actual mesh that has the animation on it, and then you can pop that into the public inspector, or in the inspector in the public spot of mesh. You can just drop the actual mesh itself, and then when we're moving, anytime, I think I have it set up here. Okay, so yeah, I have it set up to where if left, right, forward, or backward are happening, if there's any movement happening at all, then just to play that animation of walk. And I have that animation set up here in Unity. I'll show it on more of a visual level. So here's our player object, and we have our basic guy mesh put into it, which is I have him here in our prefab setup, and I guess maybe he's just a mesh. He's not actually a prefab. That's okay. So he's just a mesh. Yeah, because prefab has everything on there. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So he's just our mesh is attached onto our player object, and he just has these two animations. Do you have the animations here in your?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you? How were you calling it?
I haven't really gotten that far. I just wasn't sure how to write the walk animation for him to do it inside the game.
Okay. Yeah. So anytime you're moving around, you just call whatever you call your mesh object that you're attaching onto the game object. You just want to call that dot animation dot play or crossfade. You can use crossfade too. Crossfade will give it. Crossfade will do Unity's best effort at making it a smoother animation. So you can also call it that way. I don't think that's going to make a difference for where we're at here. Yeah, you still just kind of rockets forward. But, do you want me to take a look?
That's okay. I can look at it later.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give you guys this whole package. I'm just going to put it up on SourceForge so you guys can do whatever you want with it. You can have a lot of fun. Let's make a new material for this ground because I get tired of looking at this gray ground. And okay, cool. I'm trying to think of what else we should go over today. I think that might be about all. Maybe make it really short. I know that there's a lot of people got stuff to do today. So I guess if you guys don't have any other questions, I'll probably call it here. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the actual game that we're going to develop off air. So okay, we'll do that. All right, then thanks for watching the stream. Remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys next week.